Welcome back. This channel exists because of your support. Subscribe, hit like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's get into the story. My wife thought she was being careful. For 5 weeks, she'd been sneaking around helping what she claimed was Warren's younger sister through a messy divorce. Late-night phone conversations, weekend coffee meetings that stretched into 3-hour absences. That sympathetic tone when she'd tell me about poor Amanda's custody battle. A woman I'd never met, never heard of before last month. The red flags were there. 13 years of marriage had earned her my trust. Until Tuesday evening when I picked up our shared iPad to check the grocery list and saw the calendar notification. Sunset Cliffs Overlook, 7 p.m., bring the wine he likes. From an entry labeled simply W. Warren, her ex-fiancé from before we met. The man who'd left her devastated 8 years ago. Everything normal. Everything a lie. I opened the calendar and found the revision history. 8 previous entries over 5 weeks. All labeled W. All deleted after they occurred. Coffee shops. Walking trails. Lunch spots. Twice at Sunset Cliffs. Every date matched a time Kelly said she was helping Amanda. The fake sister. The elaborate cover story. I took screenshots. Emailed them to myself. My hands weren't shaking. 13 years as a software architect taught me how to debug systems. How to trace problems to their source. Kelly would be downstairs soon. I made coffee and waited. She appeared 20 minutes later, hair damp, wearing yoga pants and my old college sweatshirt. She smiled when she saw me. That same smile she'd been giving me for weeks. Now I saw it for what it was. Relief that I still didn't know. Tell me about Amanda's divorce, I said. She launched into her story. Details about custody arrangements. A difficult ex-husband. She had it all memorized. I let her talk. When she finished, I said, "Now tell me about Warren." The color drained from her face. I slid the iPad across the table. Who's W, and what wine does he like? She stared at the screen. Her mouth opened. Closed. It's not what you think. I think you've been lying to me for 5 weeks about meeting your ex-fiancé. I think there is no Amanda. Brandon, I can explain. Warren moved to San Diego 6 weeks ago. He reached out. His marriage fell apart, and he needed someone to talk to. So you lied to me about it. I knew you'd react like this. Like a husband who doesn't want his wife secretly meeting her ex? Yeah, that's how I'm reacting. We were just talking. He's going through a hard time. By lying. By inventing a fake sister. By making private calendar entries. I showed her the deleted meetings. 8 meetings over 5 weeks. And tomorrow night. Sunset Cliffs. 7 p.m. Bring the wine he likes. What wine does Warren like, Kelly? Cabernet. You remember his preferences. After 8 years. She stood up. I knew this would happen. I knew you'd blow everything out of proportion. Friends don't require lies. And they don't get calendar entries about bringing wine to romantic overlooks at sunset. We were just going to watch the sunset. With his favorite wine. Thursday night. 2 days before our Saturday flight to Greece. She'd forgotten. Her face showed it. I didn't forget about Greece. But you scheduled this 2 days before we leave. What was the plan? Get your Warren fix, then pretend everything was fine? She was crying now. Warren asked me. He said he needs closure. From our engagement. He's still processing his divorce and thinks we both need to put the past to rest. And you agreed. I thought it would help. So I can move forward completely. With you. Help how? So I can close that chapter. I walked to the window. Let me make sure I understand. You've been secretly meeting him for 5 weeks. You've lied. You've created a fake person. And now you want one last evening with him before our anniversary trip. For closure. Is that accurate? Silence. Kelly, is it accurate? Yes, she whispered. I turned around. What happens Thursday night? We talk. We watch the sunset. We get closure. Where? At the cliffs? In his car? She looked away. I booked a room. At the Pantai Inn. The bottom dropped out. But my voice stayed steady. You booked a hotel room. Just so we could talk privately. An ocean view room? How did you? I checked the credit card after I found that calendar entry. Pantai Inn, ocean view, $340. Charged yesterday. Her face went white. You booked a hotel room with our money to spend the night with your ex-fiancé. And you're calling it closure. Brandon, please. What exactly happens in this hotel room? Walk me through it. You watch the sunset from the balcony with his favorite wine. Then what? Then we talk. About what? About us. About what could have been. about why things ended the way they did. And then we say goodbye. In the hotel room that you booked for the night. Yes. Do you hear yourself right now? She was fully crying now. I know how it sounds. Do you? Because it sounds like my wife is asking permission to spend the night with another man. It's not about sex. It's about closure. It's about putting the past completely behind me so I can fully commit to our future. By spending Thursday night with Warren in a hotel room, 2 days before we're supposed to fly to Greece on Saturday. That's how you want to commit to our future. I need this, Brandon. I need to close that chapter properly, or it'll always be hanging over us. I walked back to the table, looked down at her. She looked up at me with those big eyes. Those eyes that used to make me want to give her anything she wanted. Take care of it, I said. Her expression shifted. Confusion mixed with hope. What? You said you need to take care of it. So take care of it. Do what you need to do. You mean? I mean take care of whatever you need to take care of Thursday night. Get your closure. Say your goodbyes. Do whatever it is you think you need to do. She stood up, reached for my hand. Thank you for understanding. This means everything to me. I promise, after Thursday, I'll be completely yours. No more past, no more Warren, just us. I pulled my hand away. I said take care of it. I didn't say there'd be a marriage waiting when you were done. What does that mean? It means take care of whatever you need to take care of, and I'll take care of everything else. I walked toward the stairs. Brandon, wait. What are you saying? I'm saying good night, Kelly. I'm sure you have planning to do for Thursday. Don't let me stop you. I went upstairs, got in bed, heard her moving around downstairs for another hour. Her footsteps on the stairs. The guest room door closing. I stared at the ceiling. My mind was already working, already planning, already taking care of everything else. Wednesday morning, I left before Kelly woke. Drove downtown to the Gaslamp Quarter. My friend Robert Paulson practiced family law there. His assistant showed me in at 7. Robert was already working. Brandon, this is early. What's going on? I showed him the screenshots. He read through them. Your wife's been meeting her ex-fiancé for 5 weeks. She lied, created a fake person, and tomorrow night, I pointed to the hotel booking. She asked you for permission to spend the night with him. Thursday night, 2 days before we fly to Greece on Saturday. Robert leaned back. Jesus, you want to file? Immediately. We spent an hour on details. The house, bank accounts, income, no kids. Relatively simple on paper. I can have papers ready by tomorrow. File them electronically. You could have her served Friday. Do it. I wrote the retainer check. $5,000. Next stop, Bank of America in Hillcrest. The manager knew me. I'm going through a divorce. I need to protect myself financially. She nodded. Professional sympathy. Remove my wife from all credit cards where I'm primary. Open a new checking account in my name. Transfer half our joint savings. Leave the joint account with $500. She typed. 3 credit cards, about $65,000 available credit. Joint savings has $48,000. Transfer $24,000 to your new account? Yes. This takes about an hour. I waited in the lobby. An hour later, everything was done. New account. Cards canceled. Money moved. From the bank, I went to work. Sat through meetings. Reviewed code. Pretended everything was normal. Sent Kelly a text at 5. Working late tonight. Don't wait up. She responded immediately. Okay, I love you. I stared at those words. Wondered if they'd ever been true. I went back to the attorney's office at 7. Robert had the papers ready. Petition for dissolution of marriage, he said, spreading them across his desk. Asset division. Spousal support calculations. Everything you need. I read through each page. Signed where he indicated. We'll file this electronically tomorrow morning, Robert said. Process server will have her address. They'll serve her Friday or Saturday. Perfect. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Brandon, how are you really? I looked at him. Ask me after Thursday. Thursday morning. The day Kelly had been planning for. The day she'd been looking forward to. Her big night of closure with Warren. I left early again. Drove to Mission Valley. Found the AAA office. Walked in at 9 when they opened. I need to cancel a trip, I told the agent. She pulled up my reservation. Greece. 2 weeks. Departing Saturday. Oh no, is everything okay? Change of plans. I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me see what we can do. She typed. Frowned. With less than 48 hours to departure, you'll forfeit most of the cost. The flights are non-refundable. Some hotels might offer partial credit. Cancel it all. Are you sure? She calculated. You'll lose about $8,400 of the $12,000 you paid. Cancel it. Both passengers? Both passengers. The flights, the hotels, the tours, everything. She processed the cancellation. It took 20 minutes. Each confirmation felt like closing a door. Athens, Santorini, Crete, all gone. I'm so sorry, she said, handing me the paperwork. I hope everything's all right. It will be. Next stop, FedEx office. I printed documents. The divorce petition. Bank statements showing the closed accounts. Credit card cancellation confirmations. The Greece trip cancellation. Everything Kelly would need to understand her new reality. I organized it all in a folder. Added a letter I'd written at 4 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. Drove home at 2 in the afternoon. Kelly's car was gone. Out preparing for her big night, probably. Hair appointment. Last-minute shopping. Maybe meeting Warren for pre-dinner drinks. I packed her things. Not angrily. Not vindicatively. Just methodically. Clothes from the closet. Toiletries from the bathroom. Books from the nightstand. Everything that was clearly hers went into boxes. 10 boxes. 13 years of marriage. 10 boxes in the garage. I placed the folder on the kitchen counter, right where she'd see it first thing. Called a locksmith. Scheduled them for Friday morning at 8. Stopped at the T-Mobile store. Got a new phone number. New SIM card. Another connection severed. By 4:30, I was done. The house looked different. Emptier. Cleaner somehow. My old phone buzzed. Kelly. Getting ready. Thank you again for understanding. I love you so much. I stared at that message. She thought I'd given her permission. She thought I'd agreed to wait while she spent the night with another man. She thought I'd be here when she got back, ready to go to Greece, ready to pretend this never happened. I typed one last message from this number. Hope you're taking care of things. I definitely am. She responded immediately. Yes, thank you for understanding. This means everything. I didn't reply. Instead, I activated the new SIM card. The old number went dark. One more door closed. I threw some clothes in a bag, locked up the house, drove north to Carlsbad. My brother Derek lived in a development near the beach. Nice place. Good schools for his kids. He'd done well for himself as an accountant. Brandon, he said when he opened the door. What are you doing here? Can I stay tonight? Of course. What's going on? I told him everything. The lies. The meetings. The hotel room. Kelly's request. My response. He sat down hard on his couch. She asked you for permission. She thought she was being honest. She was being calculating. Testing you. Well, I passed. Or failed. Depending on how you look at it. What did you do? I showed him all the documentation. He read through it silently. When he looked up, his expression was somewhere between impressed and horrified. You canceled Greece while she was planning her night with him. Seemed appropriate. You filed for divorce. This morning. The bank accounts. All handled. She's going to lose her mind when she figures this out. She already lost her mind when she thought this was acceptable. Derek handed back the papers. I'm not going to tell you this was too harsh. She asked for this. Literally asked for it. She asked to take care of her needs. I'm taking care of mine. Where's she now? Hotel in La Jolla with Warren. Or on her way there. And you're here. And I'm here. We ordered pizza. Watched a game. Pretended everything was normal. His wife asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. His kids wanted to know if I'd play video games with them. I did. Normal things. Regular things. While my wife was in a hotel room with her ex-fiancé. I didn't think about what was happening. Didn't picture it. Didn't torture myself. That chapter was closed. I'd closed it when I signed the divorce papers. When I canceled the trip. When I moved the money. She'd wanted to close her chapter with Warren. I'd closed ours. Fair trade. Friday morning, I woke up on Derek's couch. Checked my phone. No messages from Kelly. She couldn't reach this number. The locksmith would be at the house at 8. I needed to be there. Derek made coffee. You sure about all this? Never been more sure of anything. No second thoughts. Would you take her back? After she spent last night with another man? He shook his head. No, I wouldn't. Then why would I? I drove back to San Diego. Got to the house at 7:45. The locksmith arrived right at 8. Rekey all the locks. He confirmed. Everything. Front door, back door, garage. She needs to not have access. Domestic situation? Divorce. Say no more. I've done a lot of these. He worked for 90 minutes. New keys. New locks. New security. By 10 o'clock, Kelly's old keys were worthless. I sat in the kitchen, made coffee, waited. She arrived at 10:30. I heard her car in the driveway, heard her footsteps on the walkway, heard her key try the lock. Try it again. Again. Then knocking. Brandon? The key's not working. Brandon? I didn't answer. Didn't move. Just sat there drinking my coffee. More knocking. Brandon, I know you're home. Your truck's in the driveway. Brandon. The knocking got louder. More insistent. Finally, I heard her footsteps moving, going around to the garage. The garage door opened. She had the code for that. I heard her gasp. The boxes. Footsteps rushing into the house. Into the kitchen. She stopped in the doorway, stared at me sitting there calmly. What is all this? Her voice was high, panicked. Your things. My things. What do you mean, my things? I gestured to the folder on the counter. Everything you need to know is in there. She grabbed it, tore it open. I watched her face as she read. Confusion, disbelief, shock, panic. You canceled our trip. I did. You closed our bank accounts. The ones where I was primary holder. Yes. You filed for divorce. She looked up. Her face was pale. Yesterday morning? While you were getting your hair done for your big night. She pulled out her phone, started typing frantically. Are you insane? Over one conversation? Over 5 weeks of lies. Over 8 secret meetings. Over you asking permission to spend the night with your ex-fiancé. She stared at her phone. My texts aren't going through. Your number. Changed it yesterday, along with everything else. I asked for understanding, and I gave you an answer. I said take care of it. You took care of your closure. I took care of ours. She was shaking now. You said you understood. I understood perfectly. That's why I did what I did. You told me to take care of it. You gave me permission. I told you to take care of whatever you needed to take care of. I never said I'd be waiting when you got back. You assumed that. Your mistake. She dropped into a chair. The papers scattered on the table. We can fix this. We can work through this. This is just a fight. Couples fight. This isn't a fight. This is consequences. You chose to lie. You chose to meet him secretly. You chose to ask for a night with him. I'm choosing to respond. By throwing away 13 years. I'm not throwing away anything. You threw it away when you booked that hotel room. When you chose him over me. When you decided our anniversary trip was less important than your closure with Warren. She started crying. The real tears now. Not the manipulative ones from before. Please, she whispered. Please don't do this. We can fix this. No, we can't. Because fixing it would require you to admit what you did was wrong. And you can't do that. Even now, you're acting like I'm the problem. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. Something you should try. What about our marriage? What about 13 years together? What about them? You were willing to risk them for one night with Warren. Clearly, they didn't mean that much to you. That's not fair. I stood up. Fair. You want to talk about fair? Is it fair that I spent 8 months planning our anniversary trip while you were planning your night with him? Is it fair that I've been working overtime to pay for Greece while you were spending our money on a hotel room with your ex? Is it fair that I trusted you while you lied to my face every single day for 5 weeks? She had no answer for that. Where did you think this was going to go, Kelly? Walk me through your plan. You spend Thursday night with Warren. You come home Friday morning. We leave for Greece on Saturday. And then what? We pretend it never happened? We celebrate our anniversary while you're thinking about him? It wasn't going to be like that. Then what was it going to be like? She couldn't answer. You know what the really pathetic part is? You actually thought I'd accept this. You thought you could have both. Him for your closure. Me for your security. The exciting ex and the stable husband. Best of both worlds. That's not what I thought. It's exactly what you thought. And you know what? Maybe Warren was right to leave you 8 years ago. Maybe he saw something I'm just now seeing. Her head snapped up. Don't you dare. Why not? He's seen you recently. Intimately, I'm guessing. Did he tell you what he thought? Did your night of closure live up to expectations? She looked away. That's what I thought. How'd he react this morning? Was he there when you woke up? Or did he leave you a note and run? Silence. He left, didn't he? Got what he wanted and left. Probably sent you a text about how great it was and how he needs space now. Am I close? Her silence confirmed it. So you risked our marriage for a man who didn't even respect you enough to say goodbye to your face. Congratulations, Kelly. You played yourself. Stop it. Where are you supposed to go? You asked me that. Like it's my problem. Like I owe you a place to stay after you spent last night with another man. I have nowhere. You should have thought about that before you booked that hotel room. Before you lied to me for 5 weeks. Before you chose him over me. What am I supposed to do? Figure it out. You're a grown woman. You have a job. You have friends. You have Warren. Oh wait, Warren doesn't want you now. My mistake. She stood up abruptly. You're cruel. You're vindictive. You're leaving. I'm leaving. This is my house. My mortgage. My name on the deed. So I'm going inside, and you're going to collect your boxes and leave. You can't kick me out. I'm not kicking you out. You left. You packed your bags for Warren. You just didn't expect to find them in boxes when you got back. I walked toward the door. Brandon, please. I stopped. Turned around. Please what? Please pretend this didn't happen? Please take you back after you spent the night with him? Please be okay with my wife asking permission to cheat on me? I made a mistake. You made a choice. Multiple choices. All calculated. All deliberate. And now you're dealing with the consequences. I love you. No, you don't. You love the life I provided. You love the house. You love the stability. You love having someone to come back to when Warren inevitably disappoints you. But you don't love me. Because women who love their husbands don't ask permission to sleep with other men. I went inside. Locked the door behind me. She knocked for 10 minutes. Then I heard her phone ring. Heard her talking. Crying. Heard her car start. Drive away. The house was silent. I sat on the couch. Looked around at our living room. Our pictures on the walls. Our furniture. Our life. My life now. And I felt nothing. No sadness. No anger. Just cold, clean nothing. She'd wanted closure. She'd gotten it. We both had. The next weeks were a blur. Kelly tried everything. She showed up at Derek's house on Saturday. Derek didn't let her in. She sat in her car outside for 3 hours until Derek called the police for a suspicious vehicle. She called from different numbers. I didn't answer. She sent emails to my work account. I reported it to HR, had her address blocked. She tried going through my friends, my family, anyone who might have influence. My sister called on Sunday. Kelly says you filed for divorce over a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? She says you found out she was meeting an old friend and overreacted. An old friend? That's what she called Warren? Who's Warren? Her ex-fiancé. The one she was meeting secretly for 5 weeks. The one she asked permission to spend the night with before our anniversary trip. Silence on the line. She left that part out, my sister said finally. I'm sure she did. My sister didn't call back to advocate for Kelly. Kelly's best friend Jessica tried next. Kelly's devastated. She said when she cornered me at a coffee shop downtown. She's staying with me. She says you won't talk to her. Correct. She made a mistake. She's sorry. She's sorry she got caught. She's sorry Warren didn't want her. She's sorry her plan didn't work out. That's harsh. Is it? Did she tell you about the hotel room? Jessica's expression changed. What hotel room? Ask her. Then decide if you want to keep defending her. Jessica didn't bring it up again. The stalking got worse. Kelly showed up at my gym on Wednesday morning. Waited in the parking lot. I walked right past her car to my truck. Didn't acknowledge her. She followed me to Starbucks. Got in line behind me. I ordered my coffee, saw her standing there, and walked out without it. Left her standing in line with everyone staring. Thursday, she showed up at my office. Waited in the lobby. Security called up. There's a woman here claiming to be your wife. We're divorcing. She's not supposed to be here. Security escorted her out. She made a scene. My co-workers watched through the glass. Later, they asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. Friday, Derek called. She's outside my house again. Sitting in her car. Call the police. Already did. They're on their way. Thanks for the heads up. Kelly left before the cops arrived. But the pattern was clear. She wasn't going to stop. Week 3, she created a fake Instagram account to message me. I blocked it. She tried using her friends' accounts. I blocked those too. She sent an email to my personal account. Subject line, please read this. I almost deleted it. But something made me open it. Brandon, I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. I know I made terrible choices. But we can work through this. We can go to counseling. We can fix this if you'll just give me a chance. Please. I'm begging you. Don't throw away 13 years. Don't throw away us. I love you. I've always loved you. Warren meant nothing. He was a mistake. You're the one I want. You're the one I choose. Please give me another chance. I read it twice. Looking for something. Some sign of actual understanding. Some acknowledgement of what she'd really done. It wasn't there. Just excuses. Just minimizing. Just promises that meant nothing. I deleted it. Blocked her email too. Week 4, my attorney called. We have a problem. What kind of problem? Your wife doesn't have legal representation. She can't afford a retainer. Her initial consultation quoted her $5,000 to start, and she doesn't have it. And without representation, this could drag out. She could file responses on her own. Draw it out for months. So what do? We offer settlement. Simple, clean terms. She signs, we're done in 60 days. What terms? You keep the house. You buy out her theoretical half at $800 a month for 5 years. No spousal support since you've only been married 13 years, and she has income. She keeps her car, her retirement accounts, her personal items. Clean split. 60 days, if she agrees. If she signs. Send it. She didn't sign immediately. She tried calling me to discuss the terms. I didn't answer. She tried having Jessica call me to negotiate. I told Jessica to tell Kelly to get a lawyer if she wanted to negotiate. Finally, week 6, she signed. Robert called me with the news. She signed everything. No changes. No negotiations. We're done. That's it. 60 days from filing, the divorce is final. I should have felt something. Relief. Victory. Something. I felt nothing. Week 7, Kelly tried one last approach. She called me from a new number. I answered before I realized it was her. Don't hang up, she said immediately. Please just listen. You have 1 minute. Warren told me the truth. About everything. He admitted it. He never wanted me back. He just wanted to destroy our marriage. Some sick revenge fantasy because his wife left him. He played me. And you're telling me this because? Because you were right. About everything. He manipulated me. He used me. He never cared about me. That doesn't change what you did. But it proves you were right about him. I didn't need proof. I needed a wife who wouldn't lie to me. I needed a wife who would choose me over him. You weren't that wife. But he manipulated me. He gave you opportunities. You took them. He didn't force you to lie. He didn't force you to book that hotel room. You made those choices. I was confused. You were selfish. And now you're dealing with the consequences. Don't you care that he used me? Not particularly. You used me too. You used 13 years of my trust. You used my understanding nature. You used our anniversary as cover for your night with him. Him being a manipulator doesn't make you a victim. She was crying. Please. I have nowhere to go. I'm staying in an extended stay hotel. I can barely afford food. I lost clients because of all this drama. I need help. You should have thought about that before you asked permission to cheat on me. Please. No, Kelly. No more. You made your choice. Live with it. I hung up. Blocked that number too. Week 8, the restraining order hearing. She'd shown up at my house at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, banging on the door, screaming. The neighbors called the police. When the cops showed up, she was sitting on my porch crying. Ma'am, you need to leave, the officer said. This is my house. Sir. The officer looked at me through the window. I came outside. We're divorcing. She doesn't live here anymore. She's been stalking me for 2 months. Is that true, ma'am? I just want to talk to him. Ma'am, you need to leave the property. She left, but the officer pulled me aside. You should get a restraining order. This behavior isn't going to stop on its own. He was right. I filed the next day. The hearing was a week later. Kelly showed up. Tried to argue that she wasn't stalking me, just trying to fix our marriage. The judge wasn't impressed. You've shown up at his home uninvited. His workplace. His gym. You've contacted him from multiple numbers after being blocked. You've used other people to contact him against his wishes. This is textbook harassment. I'm his wife. You're his ex-wife pending final divorce decree. And you're now subject to a restraining order requiring you to stay 100 yards away from him, his home, and his workplace. Violation will result in arrest. Kelly stared at the judge, then at me, like she'd finally realized this was really happening, that I wasn't coming back, that 13 years were really over. She left the courthouse without looking back. That was the last time I saw her for over a year. The divorce finalized 4 months after I filed. All the papers signed. All the assets divided. All the ties cut. I threw myself into work. Got promoted to director level. Started making $220,000 a year. Started hitting the gym 5 days a week. Lost 20 pounds. Reconnected with friends from college. Life moved on. 6 months post-divorce, I met Rachel. A nurse. Friend of a friend. We went to dinner. Then another dinner. Started dating seriously. She was nothing like Kelly. Direct. Honest. No games. No drama. What you saw was what you got. She chose me. Every day. Clearly. Obviously. No doubts. No questions. It was easy. The way relationships were supposed to be. 16 months after the divorce, Rachel and I went to dinner at Addison. Celebrating her birthday. Nice restaurant. Great food. Perfect evening. We were walking from the parking lot when I saw her. Kelly. Standing near the entrance. Not violating the restraining order. Technically. But clearly waiting. Is that her? Rachel asked quietly. Yeah. Should we go somewhere else? No. She doesn't get to control where we go. I walked past Kelly toward the restaurant. Didn't look at her. Brandon, wait. I stopped. Didn't turn around. The restraining order says 100 yards. I'm 100 yards away. I measured. I just wanted to see you. I turned. She looked different. Thinner. Older. Tired. You look happy, she said. I am happy. I heard you're dating someone. She looked at Rachel. She's pretty. Not your concern. I know. I just wanted to tell you I understand now. What I did. What I threw away. Good for you. I've been in therapy. Working on myself. Understanding why I made those choices. That's great, Kelly. Genuinely. But it doesn't change anything. I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted you to know I get it now. You were right. About Warren. About the lies. About what I was really asking for. 16 months later. After therapy. After consequences. After losing everything. Now you get it. Better late than never. For you, maybe. For us? It's just late. She looked at Rachel again, then back at me. She's honest. She's loyal. She chose me from day one, and keeps choosing me every day. No lies. No games. No secret meetings with exes. Kelly's eyes filled with tears. I made the biggest mistake of my life. You made a series of choices. Each one conscious. Each one deliberate. You chose lies over truth. You chose Warren over me. You chose one night with him over 13 years with me. Those weren't mistakes. Those were decisions. I'd do anything to take it back. But you can't. And even if you could, I wouldn't want you to. What do you mean? If you hadn't asked me for that night, I'd still be married to someone who wanted it. If you hadn't lied, I'd still be married to someone capable of lying for 5 weeks straight. If you hadn't chosen him, I'd still be married to someone who could make that choice. You did me a favor by showing me who you really are. I'm not that person anymore. Maybe not. But I don't care. I'm not interested in the woman you became after you destroyed our marriage. I'm interested in the woman I'm with now. The one who didn't need therapy to figure out that loyalty matters. Rachel approached. Brandon? Our reservation? Yeah, let's go. I looked at Kelly one last time. Have a good life, Kelly. Stop showing up places I am. Can I ask you one thing? Make it quick. Did you ever love me? Every day for 13 years. Past tense. And now I love myself enough not to accept what you offered. Now I love someone who would never put me in that position. Now I'm happy in a way I didn't know I could be. I walked into the restaurant with Rachel. Left Kelly standing outside. At dinner, Rachel asked if I was okay. Yeah, I'm good. She seemed sad. That's not my problem anymore. Hasn't been for a long time. Seeing her didn't bother you? 5 years ago, it would have destroyed me. A year ago, it might have made me angry. Tonight, I felt nothing. And that's how I know I'm really done. Rachel reached across the table, took my hand. I'm glad you're done, because I'm just getting started. I smiled. Real. Genuine. Me too. 6 months later, I proposed. Rachel said yes. We got married in a small ceremony with close friends and family. Derek was my best man. I heard through mutual friends that Kelly eventually moved back to Ohio, closer to her family, started over completely, never remarried. Some people said I was too harsh, that I should have given her another chance, that everyone deserves forgiveness. Maybe they're right, but I call it having standards. Because men who know their value don't accept betrayal. Men who know their worth don't compete for their wife's attention with her ex-fiancé. Men who respect themselves don't give second chances to women who ask permission to spend the night with other men. Kelly wanted one last night with Warren to close a chapter. I gave her forever to close the chapter on us. Best decision I ever made. Dear listeners, that's our ending. If it resonated, subscribe to support the channel. See you next time.